From RBA Studios in Kigali, Rwanda, this is RTV News. And before you flip the channel, yes, it is RTV News. Buckle up for a stylish edition. We'll be having Rwandan fashion designer Nyambo Masamara joining me live in studio to talk all things fashion. But first, the headlines. President Paul Kagame has addressed issues that have been raised by tea farmers in Karongi district. And the First Lady of Rwanda, Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame, has attended a graduation for 44 students who graduated with master's degrees from the University of Global Health Equity. Thanks for joining us once again. I am Isabel Masozera. Now on to our top story. President Paul Kagame has addressed issues that have been raised by tea farmers in Karongi district and instructed the concerned authorities to resolve matters for people who were relocated to a model settlement, close to Rugabano tea factory. Saljintore tells us more.
The Rugabano tea factory is located in Karongi district of the Western Province. And this is where President Paul Kagame concluded his 4-day citizen outreach visits to the southern and western provinces of the country. The factory is able to process up to 18 tons of tea leaves daily, and its plantations span 4,000 hectares. The head of state pointed out that such facilities and the potential, as well as the opportunities they present, should not be wasted.
Ni gikorwa kimwe gifitiye igihugu akamaro.
This facility is important to the country because it provides employment for many people, benefiting not just them, but the investors as well, everyone really. Rwanda has some of the best quality and tasting tea globally, not just here in this region. This is not something to take lightly, and you must make the most of such opportunities in every way possible. The necessities to do that exist. We have the investors, Kushmi Tea and Wood Foundation, working with Rwanda, and that consolidates everything. We need to have good tea in large quantities that continue to be among the best globally, helping to transform more and more lives as we grow more of that tea. The investors in the factory also took the time to thank the president for his leadership and said they are proud to partner with Rwanda on this initiative.
Today, Rwanda is already the best quality tea producer of Africa. But whether it is in black tea or white tea or green tea or flavored teas, the opportunity of this country is endless. We should become the #1 country for the world's #1 beverage, which is in tea. And in this, the partnership that we have seen has been exceptional. Your Excellency, the leadership that you have provided this country, the feeling of patriotism that I see in the people of Rwanda, the hope and opportunity as an Indian coming into this country. I know the countries, India and Rwanda are close friends. It gives me a lot of hope to see the country, how well it's evolving and it's moving fast towards development. I feel very proud to be associated with this country, and thank you very much, Mr. President, for this opportunity.
The representatives of the more than 3,000 tea farmers in the region also got the opportunity to interact with the president and were pleased with the results of the discussions. We were very happy to receive His Excellency the President of the Republic because he is like a parent to us. He came here and addressed the issues we have been facing to do with roads, the size of the tea plantations, as well as matters to do with those living in the settlement. Close to the Rugabano tea factory is a modern settlement, and it was found to have a number of problems that need to be addressed immediately. The good things that are visible here that clearly show progress should not be mingled with issues that hinder that progress. This issue alone will oblige me to come back here to see if an improvement has been made. Do you understand me? That settlement we built back in 2017 or so, how do people in it live? If their welfare is not good, why don't the concerned authorities deal with it? Starting now from this moment that I am telling you this, you, the concerned authorities, must do the necessary follow-up and very quickly. The Rugabano tea factory is one of 3 in Karongi district, and they account for as much as 10% of all of Rwanda's tea production. The country currently has 36,000 hectares of tea plantations and 18 processing plants, and Rwandan tea exports are worth $103 million annually. On his way back home, the president made a surprise stop at Nyabugogo here in Kigali, where thousands had gathered to see him go by.
On to education matters, the First Lady of Rwanda, Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame, has attended a graduation ceremony for 44 students who graduated with master's degrees from the University of Global Health Equity located at Butaro in Burera district. We get the details from Olive Ntete.
In the hills of Ndorwa, overlooking Lake Burera, that is where these 44 students have been receiving lessons for a year. During the ceremony of celebrating their achievement, they performed parades accompanied by the flags of their respective countries. They first vowed to fulfill their duties and to have integrity in their profession. The First Lady of the Republic of Rwanda, Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame, awarded medals to the students who excelled. Generally, these students say that they have gained reputable knowledge and that they intend to contribute in solving challenges still faced in the health sector.
We have been equipped with the necessary knowledge and skills to conquer the world, but it is still a big mission to take on and too big an assignment for each individual lion and lioness here in this pride. But we will be able to achieve all these things as a pride. So if individually, lion, lioness, you need each other. We need to have the full pride. The partnerships that we foster between organizations that we'll be working with will make it easy for us to carry out the mission and ensure the sustainability of our endeavors.
With rare exceptions, all of your most important achievements on this planet will come from working with others, or in a word, partnership. In One Health, we focus on interconnections among humans, animals, and environments. We focus on partnerships between sectors and disciplines. But possibly, the most meaningful connections and partnerships we've learned about over the past year are the connections and partnerships we've developed with each other. That said, as we move into our own uncertain futures, the next chapters of our lives and work, we can still hold on to our positivity and meaningful partnerships.
The parents of these students say they are happy with the progress their children have made. They also express their gratitude to the government of Rwanda for the continued support to provide the public with important infrastructure.
I
thank the government. I truly appreciate it. Looking at the activities it does, schools, and many other infrastructures, I truly appreciate the government.
Professor Agnes Binagwaho, the Vice Chancellor at the University of Global Health Equity, pointed out that during the period of a year that these students have been studying at the university, they have been provided with knowledge and wisdom that will allow them to be the future leaders who will play an important role in changing and improving the level of health in the world and bring it closer to everyone.
We are counting on you to play a significant role in keeping this agenda of global health equity alive and strong and across the world. Here in Butaro, you learn the value of social justice and equity, as well as gain the skills in management and leadership to make it happen, whatever work you will do. And this is important to deliver equitable quality care to all, especially to the most vulnerable. Tackle them, focus on them first.
Among the 44 graduates, 26 are women and 18 are men. They are from 11 countries, including the United States of America, Canada, Asian countries such as India, and various African countries including Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Malawi, Lesotho, and Zambia. UGHE has been operating in Rwanda since 2015, with branches in Kigali and Butaro. The UGHE Butaro branch was inaugurated by the President of the Republic, His Excellency Paul Kagame, in January 2019. This university provides knowledge at the level of Harvard University in the United States of America, since the curriculum and the way the courses are offered are the same, and even some of the lecturers are from that university. Olive Nete, RTV News.
Thank you, Olive. Now, if you've been wondering why I'm dressed this way, I get the moment of truth is now. I am joined by Nyambo Masamara, a son of the land and the fashion force behind this outfit, as well as the Masamara collection, one that put him on the global map and spiked interest in Europe and Africa, using colors and African symbols of different cultures and tribes to redesign African prints to better tell the African story from an African child's eye. Masamara, it's good to have you with us. Welcome to RTV News.
Thank you so much. It's a very honor to be here, and I'm humbled. Thank you.
All right. Well, we don't have so much time, but one of the things that I kept thinking about just enjoying this outfit was where your love affair for African fashion came from, what you think makes African fashion unique, and also the inspiration behind your amazing work.
Fashion gave me a voice. And because for me, fashion is more than clothing, it's more about passion and emotion. And with every garment that I design, I remember my story. I'm very much inspired by African continent and our diversity as well.
Well, congratulations. Last week was quite big for you. You were able to showcase a unique collection that was shown at Intra-African Trade Fair in Durban. Now, I know you were interviewed recently and you described that experience as more than a fashion show, also adding that your collection was able to make people feel, not just see. Can you expound on that?
With the collection, basically, I wanted actually to connect with people and through garments, and I wanted people to connect with who they are, where they come from, and most importantly, those who came before them. I wanted us to walk through the shoes, to walk into the shoes of those who came before us, and each and everyone who attended the show really, embarked on the spirit of those who came before us.
What can you tell me about the name of the collection that you're able to showcase, but also the inspiration behind the design?
The name is Mugongo Hetsinore, which is a bag that carried the chosen one. Basically, it was I wanted to give a tribute for those who paved the ways for us, those who came before us and those who, did everything in their powers, for us to be here today.
And do you feel like you were able to do that? That story was told and people were able to resonate with it?
The show was it became more than just a show. It was very spiritual. We definitely did, embark on their spirits, each models, the audience and everyone who attended, they, spoke to the spirit of those who came before them. And so it was a success show.
Yeah. Looking at what you're wearing and what I am putting on, thank you so much for dressing me today. But what can you tell me about your outfit in particular? I know with every fabric, with every print, you're trying to say something. Tell me a little bit about what you're wearing today.
So actually, this outfit that I'm wearing today is inspired by my grandfather. Mm-hmm. So he's the man who gave me the gift for fashion. He was a tailor. Unfortunately, I never met him, and this piece was more of like me trying to reach out to him and allowing him guide me through life. Yeah.
This path that you have chosen, would you recommend it for other young creatives? And when I ask that, I guess I'm wondering, is it financially viable, or are you just living out your passion on, right now, what is a global stage?
I would say fashion is, business like any other. So, of course, you have to have love, passion, and, it's very much, viable, yeah. I would very much recommend anyone with the gift of fashion to, pursue their, their gifts.
All right. Well, we wish you the very best. Thank you so much for representing Rwanda. Shoot for the stars. Thank you for making the time to talk to us. Before I let you go, though, where can people find your designs? How can they access them? Do you design for ready to wear, or is it just runway and that kind of stuff?
Yes, definitely a design ready to wear, but my heart lays within a runway show because I'm all about expression. I'm all about showing what we African people can do. But people can of course find me anyway as on any social media as masamara.africa. Yeah.
All right. Well, you heard it from the horse's mouth. Go and follow. And of course, promoting and wearing Made in Rwanda should be your pleasure just as much as it is mine. And that was Nyambo Masamara, a Rwandan fashion designer shooting for the stars. Moving on. Rwanda Basic Education Board will begin conducting virtual interviews on Monday. The exams will apply to candidates who pass written exams for positions of principals of primary schools and deputy principals in public secondary schools.
A total of 3,911 candidates are going to compete for the posts of public primary schools principals, secondary deputy principals in charge of academics and conduct supervisors officers. This is the first time these exams are going to be conducted virtually, where the interviewer and the interviewee will not be in the same place as usual, but will be connected virtually, as explained by Mugenzi Naukurigiayoleo, who is in charge of teachers development and management in REB. There will be 54 examiners, but in each region there will be a center where these exams will take place. This means that there will be 30 centers. There will also be a REB envoy who will provide a technical assistance where needed, in a direct way. Some of the candidates will turn up for the exams this Monday morning, and it will last for 5 days, as they appreciate this technology, since it will help them in ensuring that there will be no frauds.
I don't have to worry because I already know how to supervise exams, and I even had a test last time and I passed it. It facilitated me working with foreigners via Skype.
Technology avoids corruption, as you'll be logged in virtually and get supervised by the person you don't even know. I really appreciate this. This intention to ensure that the exams are flawless was the objective of Rwanda Basic Education Board, REB, which is considering the use of technology in these exams. This will help to manage time in interviewing candidates. You know, when people meet and get to know each other, there are sometimes someone is not satisfied with what he did, and he intends to see the person who was among the interviews and talk. So this technology will help us a lot in reducing face-to-face meeting with both of them. We insist on transparency, as we have committed. REB usually used to conduct a technology-based written exam for teachers, as by now, it has introduced a technological system to help teachers to change their respective schools. These exams are set to begin on Monday morning, where there are 1,596 candidates for the position of principal of public primary schools, 1,360 candidates for deputy principals in charge of academics in secondary schools, while school conduct supervisors officers are 955. Adams Kwizera, RwandaTV News.
Thank you, Adams. Now, moving on, according to the Association of Microfinance Institutions in Rwanda, more than 1 billion was saved in these institutions by children who are still studying, and they intend to continue making profits out of those savings. Now, the habit of saving has changed their lives, as is the case for one of the children who started with the money his mother gave him to buy clothes. Olive Ontete with the details.
When Shirambere Oswald was in his third year of high school in 1997, his mother gave him 3,600 that she has been saving from her farming activities for him to buy clothes and other things that he needed in his school life. But he decided to use the money in other beneficial activities, which resulted in bigger projects like finding school fees for himself and for his younger siblings. He also ended up providing employment to 30 other people.
These 3,600 Rwandan francs is what my current life is based on, and the life you have had as family, and the changes you have seen as well, and the 3,600 Rwandan francs is still helping others, because I do professional farming in the Kayonza sector. Sometimes we employ 30 workers a day. It means there are many who get job opportunities due to the fact that I also found the ability to pay them.
His mother, Illuminata Mukagerasi, says that at that time there were very few children who could save. She testifies that if her son did not adopt the saving habit, he would not have been able to finish school or do any other thing to help his family. It wasn't people's habit. I don't know how he thought about it, but it was because he was young. A child of that time who had money bought a donut. Someone who drinks alcohol would buy it, but this one didn't buy a donut. It was effective and beneficial, and it still is. After realizing the great benefits of working and saving early, Shirambere Oswald wrote a 90-page book entitled Worth 3,600 Money. He says that this book aims to help readers to dare to do business in whatever capacity they have. Even now, the children have the habit of saving. Irera Bright Michelle says that once she gets the savings she desires, she plans to open an account, and she also explains how she will spend it on activities that will benefit her in the long run. I also started earning and saving from my paintings, and I will save the money earned. I currently have about 17,000. I will open a saving account and I will invest that money. I think that I will purchase a farm and continue making profit from it. I may even buy more farms and build houses or many other various projects until I become a great person through the earnings. Financial institutions are also contributing in sensitizing young people to save. In the Sako Indahigwa, in the Niboi sector, there are children that have been saving in that institution, as one of the accountants, Gatara Majambosco, explains.
There are 57 children who have accounts here. After 3 months, the money children save starts bearing an interest between 1.5 and 4.5%, depending on the amount of money that person has in their account.
At the national level, there are more than 60,000 students who invest in microfinance institutions with more than 1 billion Rwandan francs. An employee of the Association of Microfinance Institutions, Waseka Barega Charity, notes that it was due to the campaign they did in schools. There is a campaign that we conducted that resulted with children from 125 schools who opened 61,302 accounts with savings of over 1 billion Rwandan francs. There are young children who requested assistance from their parents and then started doing small projects like poultry farming. What was intended was to teach them to be objective, so that they can save, knowing why they are saving, so that they won't be tempted to withdraw the money for useless things like buying a donut. We wanted them to learn that money can bear interest, so that when they grow up, they become men and women with saving habits. In order to train young people to be self-reliant by installing in them the habit of saving and become future entrepreneurs, currently in various schools in Rwanda, from primary to university and higher education, students are taught in lessons how to save so that they can assist them after the school life. Olive Nete, RTV News.
Special thanks to my guest today, the designer of this beautiful attire, a fashion designer from Rwanda, Masamara. And to you who chose RTV News, we'll see you again tomorrow.